All right, let's get into one of the biggest technological mysteries of our time. But this story has a dark twist, one that changes almost everything we thought we knew about where Bitcoin came from.
So it all starts with this one question, right? Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? This is the alias, the pseudonym for the person or people who created Bitcoin. They published the white paper back in 2008, got the network up and running, and then, in 2011, they just vanished, completely gone, leaving behind this world-changing invention.
And they didn't just leave behind an idea. They left behind about 1.1 million Bitcoin. That's the estimate anyway. A fortune worth tens of billions of dollars today, sitting in wallets that have never, ever been touched. It's like the ultimate ghost money, a silent testament to the creator's incredible discipline, or maybe a permanent marker of their disappearance.
So for more than a decade now, you've had journalists, investigators, crypto sleuths all trying to unmask Satoshi, and this hunt has led to a recurring lineup of suspects, but you know what? No definitive answers.
The list of potential Satoshis is like a who's who of early crypto. You've got Dorian Nakamoto, a physicist who is famously and totally incorrectly outed by Newsweek. Total mess. Then there's Nick Szabo, a really compelling candidate because he created a precursor called BitGold. And you've got others, like developer Peter Todd. But every single lead has gone cold. Every theory has stayed just that, a theory.
And then there's Craig Wright. He's an Australian computer scientist, and unlike all the others who denied it, he has repeatedly, very publicly, claimed to be Satoshi. He even took his claims to court.
Well, in March of 2024, that whole chapter just slammed shut. A UK court ruled, decisively, that he is not Satoshi Nakamoto. The judge said the evidence against him was overwhelming. And with that, years of legal drama were over, and the last major public claimant was debunked. The trail seemed to have gone completely cold.
Until a clue popped up from the absolute darkest, most unexpected place imaginable.
It's a wild question, I know, but starting in 2019 and in the years since, huge troves of files related to Jeffrey Epstein were unsealed, and buried deep inside all that data were some shocking and frankly undeniable connections to the very beginning of Bitcoin.
Okay, so this is where the story gets really complicated. It's absolutely crucial that we separate the documented facts from all the wild speculation that blew up around this.
This table really helps clear things up. So, let's go through it. Did Epstein create Bitcoin? No, absolutely not. The evidence shows he was asking basic questions about it as late as 2017. Did he influence the code? Impossible. That's just not how Bitcoin's decentralized development works. But did his money fund its development? Yes, actually, indirectly. And did he know some of the early pioneers? The documents confirm it. Yes, he did.
And here's exactly how that money trail worked. See, it wasn't a direct payment. Epstein donated a bunch of money to MIT. The director of the MIT Media Lab at the time, Joi Ito, actively went after and then concealed those donations. The Media Lab then used those gift funds to help support its new Digital Currency Initiative, or DCI. And the DCI, in turn, paid the salaries of key developers working on Bitcoin's open source code.
So when all of this came to light, it triggered a huge ethical crisis. Not for Bitcoin's code, that was totally unaffected, but for the institutions and the people surrounding it, it was a bombshell.
The head of the DCI, Neha Narula, she came out with a really powerful public apology. She made it crystal clear that neither she nor the developers had any idea where that money came from, and she pledged that an equivalent amount would be donated to a charity for survivors of trafficking.
As for Joi Ito, he resigned in disgrace, and MIT itself was forced into a major institutional reckoning. The university commissioned a full independent report and completely overhauled its policies to make sure this kind of hidden, controversial funding could never, ever happen again.
So here's the really crucial takeaway from all that fallout. The scandal actually became a catalyst for positive change. You see, the old model of relying on big institutions with these murky funding sources was exposed as a huge risk. This crisis basically supercharged the rise of new, transparent funding models, independent nonprofits that support developers right out in the open. It ended up making the whole ecosystem stronger and way more resilient.
But wait, there's more. The Epstein files didn't just expose a funding scandal. No, they added a really dark and complex new layer to the original mystery of who Satoshi really is. So check this out. In a 2016 email, Epstein was pitching a digital currency idea to a Saudi royal advisor. And in it, he just casually mentioned speaking not to the founder, but to the founders of Bitcoin.
Founders. Plural. That one little S at the end of the word, it challenges the entire lone genius story that has dominated the search for Satoshi for more than a decade.
It gives a ton of new weight to a suspicion that's been floating around for a long time. The theory that Satoshi was never one person at all, but a team, a small group. And honestly, that possibility suddenly makes the incredible sophistication of Bitcoin's creation and that flawless, ghost-like disappearance make a whole lot more sense.
So, let's wrap this up. What are the key takeaways here? First, Epstein was a networker, a shadow player in early crypto circles, but he was not its creator, not even close. Second, the scandal his tainted money created at MIT actually forced a positive change, leading to a much better funding system for Bitcoin's development. And finally, his careless choice of words means the greatest mystery in tech just got even deeper.
In the end, the files don't solve the mystery of who Satoshi was. Instead, they leave us with this one final, chilling question that pretty much guarantees the hunt for Satoshi Nakamoto is far from over.